physical side of working out. And I'm going to use, for instance, myself, because that's all I know is myself, being jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai. What do? We get our gi ready, we get our uniforms ready, we get our gloves are ready, our hand wraps are ready. More importantly, if you need knee wraps, whatever you need for your day of class, you got to have it ready. And I mean by that being clean, and more importantly, being on time. So we're gonna translate this into this here. So if I go there and I stretch out properly and I get my routine going early, that helps me again in this business, you know. And what do I do that? Well, on Sunday nights, I get ready. I write down what I have to do for the following week, and how I'm tracking for my quarter, how I'm tracking for my, again, for half of the year, and for the remainder of the year, the full year, what's left. More importantly, guys, we have to stay tracking these items to help our business. And in martial arts, being that's jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, well, you have to keep track of yourself and be on time and get a great stretch out, you know what I'm saying? Or you end up getting hurt. And being that I'm in sales, I cannot be hurt. I have to be out, basically, training people, doing what I do in this business. So, but it's always worked for me, guys. It's kept me very competitive in that field, and it's brought me my competitiveness into this market here. So, again, guys, I know we love watching football, those type of things. Sunday nights are very crucial for me. Usually on a Sunday night, I start already planning for the following week, what we have from the Monday morning meeting all the way to the end of the week, what we have planned. If we're going out of town, we're going to be training out of town. How many people do I got to recruit? How many interviews am I running? More importantly, am I running enough interviews? Am I growing my business correctly? Am I working the proper territories? Should I be expanding my territory? Should I see who's not part of the team anymore, part of the organization? Sometimes you got to clean house, and it's just part of the business, guys. You know, and it's no difference than a person working individually, you know, on your own. I'm not saying, okay, well, you don't have a business, you don't have 30, 40 agents, you know, or 50, whatever you don't have. My point is, sometimes you still have bad habits you got to get rid of. Sometimes getting up late to bad habits. Sometimes, you know, showing up to the office and still piddling around at the office, making 4 or 5 cups of coffee. You need to be out in the field, guy. You know, so those type of things, you know, shuffling your cards, moving your cards around. I don't know what people do. I don't know how they kill their time, but we see it very often where a lot of folks just kind of lollygag, burn time, you know. So I've always told myself I don't have that kind of luxury. More importantly, I have a family. Aside from a family, I do have a pretty rigorous schedule as far as the time that I put in for my classes of jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. So I don't like to miss that. I started that journey a long time ago, and it's taking me a long time to get where I want to. So for me to continuously miss, I feel like I'm letting myself down all over again. So I have to just continue to grow in this business, guys. But you know, I am so motivated by watching these individuals, you know, that do wonderful things. And what I mean by that, you're talking about when I see new guys come in our organization and they just start following the pattern, understanding what we have to do to be successful. You got to talk to, you know, 80 people a day. You got to talk to between 80 to 100 people a day. You got to get in front of that many people. Oh, is that possible? If at least you're shooting for it, you're going to hit something, you know, in marketing. So, excuse me. So if you're out there, guys, and you're getting in front of that many people, you should be fine. There won't be an issue running into somebody that is going to say yes to what you're offering. So stay burning out there, guys. Get out there, talk to people, get in front of those individuals. Now, know your products, be prepared. You know, drill, drill, drill. That's what we say in jiu-jitsu. We drill till we get it right. Ain't no different here. You know, once you get in front of somebody, you got to have something drilled down that this is what I say, this is my go-to, this is what I close with, this is how I present my product. You've drilled it 100 times. And if you haven't, just like I'm going to go back to this, just like us in jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, if you did not drill, you're not going to meet it, you know? So you got to drill this into your own self, that as soon as this question comes up, this is how I answer it. If I'm asked, You know, Joe, this product does this, and how does this work? Who's the company? What's the worth of the company? You know, what's the rating of the company? You have to be ready, and you should have already drilled all this. You should have already had all this ready, guys. So, being prepared doesn't mean just being prepared for me to get up, get a cup of coffee, and go to work. There's a lot of ways of getting prepared and being ready in this business. Know your product knowledge, guys. The year the company started, you know, the business, the product that you're offering. Know when our company started. More importantly, know how it started. You know, and those things help us, guys, as far as just your confidence when you're sitting in front of somebody. You're not scrambling for answers. You're not having to text somebody. You're not having to call other people, or reaching in the air for information, guys. Man, I tell you how many times I've seen people just kind of wailing things because they don't know. They've never really paid attention to their product, and it's biting them in the butt when it's crunch time. So be ready, guys. Be prepared. Put some information together. Stay focused. Stay ready. And if you're not, if you are competitive, and more importantly, you want to stay, keep that edge, guys, I would suggest join something. It keeps you active. We all have a dream. If you're an entrepreneur or you're in this business, I tell my team, we all have a dream of reaching a level of success where the level of success that we get to can we can reap the rewards as far as residual income, a great base, so we have a relaxed life or retirement. The worst part about it is that the only thing that you can control is your health, and you never took control of that. Being in a commission-based business, in all honesty, being in any business, you know, some people tell me, oh, I like working in this job because my job, I have a guaranteed paycheck. Nothing's guaranteed, guys. You know, years ago, I took some time off the sales bit, and I ended up going into the oil field, and, you know, go try something completely different. You know, you go make money, go into the safety world, and everybody knows what happened in the year of 2008, 9, and 10. It was a huge collapse here in America, and we all got sent home permanently. So I just went back into sales. This is what I do, you know, and this is what I do. So us, more importantly, we want to get to a level of success, and the belief when people tell me that they want a guaranteed paycheck, well, that proved to me that nothing was guaranteed. The company couldn't drill. I don't really understand what it was, you know, what exactly happened. I just know that we weren't going to be drilling anymore, and the work that we were doing in the oil field was it came into a halt, stopped. None of us were receiving paychecks. So that whole notion that, oh, you know, that's guaranteed, that was all bull crap. You know what I mean? None of us got a check. We went home permanently and go find something else to do. And I remember the topic was, we'll give you guys a call back as soon as you know, this turns around. It did turn around. It took about a year and a half, but I was already back in sales, man. This is what I was meant to do, and very blessed that I always had a skill I can go back to, you know. So stay prepared, guys. If you're an entrepreneur, prepare. You know, you look at these guys who fight mixed martial arts, or boxers, or any type of martial arts. These guys are prepared, and they keep preparing. They keep drilling. You know, and if you find something that benefits you, you know, hey, I got this. This is for me. This is the clothes that I use, or this is the technique that I use, the strategy that I use to reach this objective. Well, guys, if that's yours, keep practicing it, keep drilling. So that's your go-to. You know, that's what I use. You know, I don't know. I've read this many times, and they say Bruce Lee said it. So if Bruce Lee said it, great. It says, don't fear the man who practices 10,000 kicks. Fear the man that practices one kick 10,000 times. So drill. That's what it's telling me. Drill that, you know, get it in your head over and over. Work that scenario, you know. You have a scenario going on about, you know, this client puts me in this situation, or if you're, you know, for most of our advisors here, sometimes they run into situations, and I notice it when they end up talking to somebody that is a doctor, is an attorney, just because this gentleman or this young lady may have a degree in something, they feel intimidated by that, and or has a practice or a business, they feel intimidated. Well, one of the things I tell these guys, he knows his field, he doesn't know your field, so drill, practice, guys. Because you know your product. Be very confident when you go in there, guys, and don't get, don't get all staggered and scared and sputtering and muttering. You don't know what to say. That only happens. That proves to me that you just weren't ready. You weren't prepared, guys. So drill whatever scenario you're in. One of the things our guys deal with is Spanish. A lot of times in our market, their situation is, man, these clients speak a lot of Spanish, Joe. I don't know what to do if they speak Spanish. Well, that's okay, guys. That means you got to get better at it. Either you're going to get better or somebody else is. And if this is your market and this is what you do, that means we got to drill that. We got to drill that scenario. That client asked me this question. This client asked me this in Spanish, and we just got to get really good at that. And in our closing, I noticed that some of us are really nervous in our preparation. I mean, I should say in the cycle of the sell. When we sit down, the preparation is from the moment that you sit with the client to the moment that you basically start explaining the product. And it's a Spanish speaking client, so you're kind of all over the place with the information that you're sharing. You're following the pattern in your head because it's in English, but you never practice it in Spanish. So guys, the moral to this is drill, practice, prepare. So prepare yourself as if you were going into a fight. Prepare yourself as if you're going into a battle, because every day is a battle. Every day is a battle. We have to get out there being entrepreneurs. We have to go and basically put that check on the table for our family. More importantly, put that check on the table for the rest of the year and build these residuals. So we reach a certain age, we can live that, that get to that objective that we wanted, to have that flow of income coming in. More importantly, guys, take care of your health. If you can, join something. I don't care what it is, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, weightlifting, CrossFit, whatever you do, just get into something that keeps your competitive edge. I've seen so many great advisors that come in with us, and the sad part is that they lose their edge. And the saying goes that iron sharpens iron. I think that's what I've heard. So you got to stay somewhere that you're going to stay motivated aside from this. The motivation here, videos, tapes, books. My guys will tell you I'm not really big into the whole raw cheerleading stuff. I'm really big into the real stuff. And if I can go to a gym and I can see stuff develop from me, from seeing people develop, that's big for me. That's what I like to see. I could sit here and read 1,000 motivational books and I never put it into play. It really doesn't matter. And I could watch 1,000 videos of all these great people, all these new guys that are coming out, and yeah, some people need that. Most definitely, they need it. I don't. I've been doing this a long time. I just need to see stuff, progression from drilling things. And that's kind of one of the reasons that I say that I love doing what I do, jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, because I see the progression within myself. I see the little kids that come in. I see other adults that come in. They lose weight. They see something happen within themselves, or they see something happen within someone else in there. And then we see the cheering then. Everybody's really happy then because we saw progression happen, but if you do read motivational books, podcasts, you listen to that, terrific. That's awesome. Some people need that. Like I said, I don't work well off of that. Actually, to me, it gives me like a really weird feeling. It almost feels like, I don't know, it just feels weird. And I don't like to knock anybody because everybody, right now is doing motivation stuff and it's awesome. It's going well for them, terrific. But I'm a realist. I like to see things happen, and it could be small things. It could be a small technique we work in closing. It could be a small technique that I work in jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai, a slip. It could be anything that's just that I wasn't doing before, and that's growth to me. So everybody works different. That's what works for me, and if it works for you, prepare, drill, go do something. Keep yourself healthy. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations where, I think a martial artist, his name's Rickson Gracie, said, to do very well, you have to put yourself in very uncomfortable situations. And man, that translates so well to what we do. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Drill those situations you get into when that client was speaking Spanish, and set up appointments with people that only speak Spanish, or do something that puts you in that uncomfortable situation so you grow and you start learning to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. So that quote, if I got it wrong, whatever, but I think whatever it says is just beautiful, that you do need to be uncomfortable to grow comfort. So guys, with that being said, again, this is Joe Coronado with the Crown Life, Crown Coaching Academy, and more importantly, with Crown Financial, guys. Thank you for checking me out. And if there's something you guys are interested, you want to hear more of, like I said, I've been doing this since I was 18. I've got over 20 years experience in this business, in this field, and in sales and marketing, guys, and coaching people for many, many years. So, guys, again, thank you so much, and stay tuned. See you at the top, guys.